My name's Stephen Moss, I'm the Managing Director of Sourced and I am a property investor as well. So today is about a day in the life of a property investor. What do I do throughout the day? What do I look at when I'm looking at property? So we're going to view a property, we're going to look at an existing conversion we're doing, we're going to look at a commercial and do a bit of an inspection, and then we've got some meetings in the afternoon. So let's go along, come on. Let's start from the beginning. A lot of people think, oh, it's easy property and, you know, this and all, you know. The reality is you've got to put the work in. You know, we've got a considerable portfolio, good business, but, you know, yesterday was Sunday. You know, as you know, Luke, picked you up, drove for 4 hours to get to, you know, Taunton, where we've got a development on the go. But you've got to be committed, so we've got our first viewing at 8:30, then we've got another meeting straight after that, then we've got another meeting straight after that, then we've got meetings in the afternoon in Bristol, then we head back, so it's going to be a late one. But, you know, that's fine. We're here to obviously make some money, check on the properties we've got going on and find a new property. So first of all, we're on our way now to a potential conversion. So a lot of people talk about in property it being relationships, and that's absolutely right. So we bought a small kind of office block, if you like, 2 offices, which we'll see later on today. We paid 4.8 million for them, and we built a relationship with that agent. Agent rings me up to say, I've got another property just come in. It's a commercial conversion. It's not too far away from the one that you're doing now. Do you want to come and have a look before anybody else? Yeah, fantastic, and that's what we're doing. So we're on our way to have a look at this, see if it works for us. Not seeing that much detail as yet because they've not got everything, so they're kind of trying to get us in a little bit early. But it's all about having them relationships. But before we do that, the most important thing we do before we go to anything, Luke, is what?
Coffee.
Coffee, exactly. We need coffee. So let's go. No, it's not working. Brilliant. Let's just find it. So yeah, so we've just finished the first viewing of today. You've probably seen some footage. We met a lovely vendor, Tony, really nice guy. Owned this building for 40 years. So you don't meet many people like that. More importantly, the first vendor, I've been in this 22 years, the first vendor that I've turned up to do a viewing and he's already bought us a coffee, which is fantastic. So. Which was good because we drove around trying to find somewhere to get a coffee and couldn't find anywhere. So he's obviously very clever because he's probably put something in that coffee to make us buy the property. So switched on cookie. But yeah, on a serious note, Grade 2 listed, which puts some people off. But, you know, we've got a number of Grade 2 listed buildings already, which we've shown in previous videos. Just trying to pull out of here. Let's find it. Oh, noisy. There we go. We might die live on video here, you know. So yeah, Grade 2 listed building, which does put some people off. We understand that, but in reality, it doesn't put us off. It's a bit of character. It's a bit of, you know, what's the word? Quirkiness equals money. That's a tip, isn't it? In terms of the more quirky your building is, the more money you're going to get for it, and that was certainly quite quirky. Massive windows, lots of light, which were good. I think the problems are, one of the things that's going to put people off is it's tenanted. Now, you know, a lot of properties that we look at, that will put people off straight away. Oh, Stoner Partners, there you go, there's our architects around here. That's quite useful to know. So looking at a property, so that's a really good example. That property there is tenanted. Now that straight away will put a lot of developers off because what they'll be thinking is, well, I can't start working on it straight away, or ultimately I'm not going to get the uplift in GDV, or it's going to take time to get a project going, and that's going to, people aren't going to wait, people aren't going to want to wait, and things like that. So it's trying to figure all that sort of stuff out. Let's just figure out where the hell I'm going. Now, actually speaking to them, what they've turned around to say is, well, yeah, it is tenanted. The tenants have already actually moved out. So from our point of view, they're happy to negotiate leaving the lease. There we go. They're happy to say, yeah, we're out of this, we're gone. Let's move on. So it's quite attractive to us in that way. And it means we can jump straight on the project. He's happy to look at an offer subject to planning permission, which that's quite key to us, because what we don't want to do is buy a building that we're stuck with, we can't do anything with it. We want to buy something that straight away we can jump into and start converting and working on. How long is planning going to take? Well, the other property that we've done in this area, it didn't actually take that long, to be fair. I think it was 4 months, which isn't too bad. I had a quick look at the sort of dimensions and the square footage. I think you can get about 26 apartments in. Next steps are to get some plans and actually give it to the architect to say, right, what can we get in this? What are we going to do with it? So yeah, so quick update. Now we're on our way to Tangier Central, the property that we've purchased, one that we're converting, along with a commercial we're going to do an inspection on. So let's go and have a look at that. Come on. Hi guys, so I'm going to take you around Taunton, our Tangier Central site, and show you, talk a little bit about it. We've just arrived, obviously doing the viewing. I'm going to introduce you to Olivia, who looks really nervous. Don't be so nervous, so you're absolutely fine. Luke doesn't bite. So Olivia is part of the agency, Carter Jones, that sold us this site, and you've been with the business for
1 week.
1 week, so yeah. There you go. In her first week, she's sold top seller of the company, you told me?
Not quite.
Not quite, not yet. You've got another week yet. So do you want to give us a bit about your background, what you've done?
Yeah, so I've just come straight from uni. I was at Oxford Brookes for 3 years doing commercial real estate. And yeah, joined Carter Jonas last week. So yeah, it's nice to look around.
What interests you about commercial property?
Commercial, I just thought it had a bit more of a buzz about it. I did residential as well at uni, but it was a smaller part. So I'm sure you'll show me a bit more about the residential side. But yeah.
So you find it quite interesting because you do a bit more. It's a bit meatier, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah,
a bit bigger, chunkier.
Out about a lot more, I feel.
Let's be honest with each other, it's the fees, isn't it? It's bigger fees. That's all you guys care about.
Well, that's a very small part of it.
Show me the money. That's it. Fantastic. So we're going to have a look around this. You've not seen this building yet.
Nope.
It's the first time. So it was actually Andrew, part of Olivia's team, who introduced us to this building, and then we went on to purchase it and get planning for the building behind us. So we'll have a wander around, have a look. First of all, though, the viewing before, what did you think yourself? How many apartments do you think you can get in it?
Well, I heard the mention of 26, so I'll go around the ballpark for 26.
Yeah, so you picked my number. Brilliant.
Yeah, it's good. I think it's got potential, but yeah, it's the numbers, because like you say, it's whether the numbers work. If they don't, then
yeah, location is fantastic, right in the town centre. Beautiful looking building. It's got conversion written all over it.
Yeah, the grade 2 listing. We need to find out more detail about that, because until you know exactly, because if it's such a small part that's listed, then
exactly.
It's not going to be
when we spoke
issue.
to Tony, the owner, he was talking about we could take it up higher and things like that, but we need to understand actually which parts are grade 2 listed. We've bought buildings in the past where it's just the front wall, or it's just the staircase, or it's everything in the building. You can't touch the joinery work, anything at all. So we need to understand really what's included in that grade 2 listed part.
Yep.
And then take it from there. Hopefully getting off secure. Olivia's going to work her hardest to get it as cheap as possible for us, and then sell them as high as possible for us, making lots of money as well. So that's the goal. But yeah, let's go and have a look. Thanks. I've not actually met anyone on site here yet, so this will be interesting. Good morning. I'm Steve Boss, the owner.
Hello.
Nice to meet you. Spoke to you on the phone. You okay?
Yes,
nice to meet you.
How are you?
Olivia, the agent.
Olivia, how are you?
Nice to meet you. Yeah.
Luke, the cameraman.
Hello, Luke. You all right? Are we on TV?
We're on TV, mate. Live. Sky Sports.
Yes. How are you doing?
Yeah, good, mate. Good. We've just we were down here looking at some other stuff to buy. We thought we'd pop in. We've got to sort some stuff out on the commercial unit. See how you're getting on. Where you're up to and things.
Well, I'm going to have to put you in a high visit thing.
Yeah, sure.
And now I'm trying to think where they are. In the shop.
Cheers. Does Luke need one? I mean, it doesn't matter if he dies.
Say again?
Does Luke need one? It doesn't matter if he dies, to be fair. Yeah?
He does when he's on my side.
Oh, well, it's a shame. Cheers, mate.
Right, let's have a wander around. I forget, do you use these things? They're a bit weird. I've only just
Oh,
started
yeah,
this stuff,
AirPods.
and people talk to me, I'm thinking, I'm getting old, I didn't think it was that deaf. Then I remember I've got things
Yeah.
I haven't used.
I keep losing them. So I think this year I've had 4. I've had to buy 4, you know, because I lose one. And then it's a pain in the arse. I have to buy another set now. They should sell them in ones.
Yeah.
There you go. That's something for the future. AirPods sold in ones. Definitely.
Should we start at the top?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay.
For you.
And this being, I'll call it the Timecodes. Is that lift staying?
It is, yeah. Yep.
Right. Floors are obviously going back up to the same level again.
Yep.
All this sort of stuff, Steve, it's fire protection as it is, it's separation.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
But I don't know, I haven't any plans yet.
I think the drawings were sent over to Thingy, to Dom.
Right.
Dom.
Done.
Yeah.
Right.
So we
I
had obviously
keep
the rip out
asking.
stuff, and then the next stage has been sent over to Dom. So yeah.
Right, okay. I'll hassle them then.
Yeah.
But,
If you've got anything that slows you down or is going to stop you, just ring me.
well, for this bit, I haven't had anything to slow me down.
Yeah.
But in a minute,
Yeah, the next
I'm gonna
stage.
put things back.
Yeah. What's the plan? Are you starting at the top, working down?
Yes.
Yeah,
Phase
okay.
3, this one and the next one down, and then 2 is the following floor, and then the last phase is down where I am.
Yeah, fantastic.
Which Doug wasn't happy about because he wanted to be in first.
Oh, did he? All right. Sounds
My flat is a show flat. It's not up to be.
That's where we're at, rip out.
The
So,
demolition thing is a bit.
so how long ago was it you started? 4 weeks?
Yeah.
And the demolition was down for 6 weeks, I think.
Well,
in the programme.
on the bare spec I got, it was
Yeah.
4 weeks.
Ah, right, okay. We had 6 weeks in the programme.
Well, that's better.
Yeah.
But I think that spec was given to me, not given to me, but it was just a
I think they're trying to.
thing filling.
Well, what it might be, because when you guys first quoted for the job, your timescales were like really quick to do the whole thing, and we were saying, look, we don't think you can do this. We've got a construction team, and they can't do that quick. So pad it out a bit, you know, give yourselves breathing space.
Yeah.
So maybe they're trying to work towards that, but we've agreed on the
I
term.
briefly looked through it, and at my low level, I thought something's not quite right here.
Yeah, it's a push.
Someone's stuck.
What timescale is the whole thing that you've got?
I've been told 10 months,
Yeah. All right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
but I instantly added 2 months to it.
Yeah.
But that's just me being careful. That's the thing.
It should be deducting, Steve. Jesus.
I've been in this game
Going
a
the
long
wrong-
time.
going the
I've
wrong
never
way.
been able to deduct it. Only through my brilliance. But until they're done,
16, 17 a floor,
Yeah.
and then majority of 1 beds. There's 13 2 beds. We were going to change it to the more 2 beds, but because we're selling to overseas investors, they prefer 1 beds, so we kept it like that.
Yep.
Yeah. Do all the windows get shut at night?
yes.
Yeah, because there's a problem with seagulls and stuff, isn't there?
As we've noticed since I've moved the bin store
Yeah.
for them.
Yeah, I've just texted the agent then, so I'll get that emptied. Yeah.
The bin store, I've not seen a bin man here yet. This is the flat.
No,
part, isn't
because
it?
I know it's beautiful, isn't it? It's beautiful.
Yeah, so I don't really know what's happened with the bin men because I made
They've not come because they said they couldn't get in.
yeah, but that's rubbish because they can.
Yeah, it's any excuse on it. So
Of course it is. So they can pull the bins up the pedestrian bit,
yeah,
and if they couldn't, if they're here between 7:30 and 4:30,
yeah.
so are we. So all I need to do is open the back of the thing up,
Yeah.
compound, and they're through.
Olivia,
Yeah.
good space.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice view
Was
there.
it this
that's the cracker of that, isn't
open
it?
plan when you got it?
This was all open plan. It just had the raised floor. There was crap in the ceilings and
Yeah.
obviously all stuff
what
like
we
that.
call MF, which is metal fabricated ceilings.
Yeah.
That's where a lot of rubbish has gone.
Yeah.
So
Great light as well.
what's the next sort of stage in terms of what you do next once the rip out's done?
We'll get a floor in, and we'll
Floor.
get electrics in. Start getting electrics in, we'll get a floor in, and then we can start building walls.
Yeah, fantastic.
So that's...
So what are you doing, screeding?
No, we're going to build it up with timber.
Oh, you're building it with timber, right?
Or
Okay.
the same as been there, but you'll have acoustic stuff in there.
Yeah, okay.
That's why we're not up to regulations with it is,
Yeah.
as it is.
Okay.
So we need to put an acoustic barrier in there, and then either build it up with timber again, or
Yeah.
I have got a little spec for that. That's how I know.
Right, okay.
So
The screeding not be quicker?
it's a hell of a depth because you're coming right up to here.
Well, couldn't you concrete part of it and then screed on top? So,
I don't know what the weights of these beams will take,
yeah.
but that's a hell of a lot of concrete.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
If you think
No, listen, I'm just asking. Listen, I learn every time I go to a different site, so something like
it's
this.
handy to have something under the floor that you can put cables through and that. Obviously,
Yeah.
before.
It's a lot of dust, isn't there?
Well, they are sweeping through today.
Right,
So,
okay.
if you've been here on Friday, there's been no dust, but there's been a lot of mess on the floor.
Right.
To the listen to the end of it.
Yeah. So the lifts, before all the electric was turned off, they were serviced, so they should be okay. They should be
Right.
should be able to reconnect and maybe clean up and stuff. But
Right,
yeah.
okay. It's just I'm trying to think of getting stuff up and down. We're going to get a hoist to put outside where that scissor lift is.
Ah, right, okay.
That's how we're going to do it. And they're on about taking a section out between two windows.
Oh,
and
right.
me being a brickie, worry about things like that because unless you're a good brickie,
Yeah.
it won't look the same.
No.
And I hate little things like that.
Yeah.
But that may be just a me thing.
For people that are going to watch this, Steve, obviously we're talking about a conversion, 55 units. What do you think is going to be the biggest challenge of it, of the build?
I don't think there will be now.
No.
The biggest challenge is not knowing.
What's it there?
And that is a bit of a challenge for me.
Yeah.
I still don't know where we're going and how we're doing it yet
Yeah.
properly, which I don't like that. I want to know from the start. Because again, I have people ringing me, which I love to be able to answer their questions.
Yeah.
But I can't. I don't like it.
Yeah, okay.
But I can. Yeah. So at the minute, that's the challenge for me.
Okay.
It's basically, Steve, it's a new build. And we've got outside rooms.
Yeah.
Easiest job in the world.
Yeah. I'll remind you of that in a few months.
Because they're already here. Ceilings are already governed by things. So it's, again, for me, it's quite simple.
Okay, it's this way. No, that's cool. It's good to see the rip out so advanced. It's nice to see it all moving. So
Nice to see these skip lines turn up and keep going. God.
Yeah.
And these boys have been working hard to just continually just.
yeah.
But hey,
Cool.
That's fine again.
Yeah. It'll all turn a corner, won't it?
Yeah.
Right, Brill, should we have a look at the commercial? Yeah, awesome. So we've come to Taunton. This is Tangier Central that we purchased in about July this year, 2022. God, I forgot where we are now. So we've just done the walk around the conversion that we're doing, 55 units. We've just done a brief walk around on the commercial unit that we let. Now, there's going to be obviously an overview of the commercial conversion and how it works and what's happening and the stage we're at. We're at an early stages. It's a rip out. Now, one of the things that's a kind of a tricky or a sensitive part of this is, look, we've got a big conversion here right next to the building, actually connected in the middle, one that we let out. So it's important that we do regular visits. Now, we do regular visits on everything that we let out and we manage because you find things all the time. So as an example, I've come here now today and you can see here that the bins have been moved. So, they've not been emptied. So nobody's reported that to me. So I've now had to come here, find that the bins haven't gone. That's not fantastic. I've got space here that I'm trying to let out. I want to make more money, get a better return on the investment. And now we've got to get these sorted out, whereas it could have gone on and on and on. So that's going to be sorted today. Things like the landscaping, it doesn't look particularly attractive for some reason. The garden's not been, they've not picked everything up. The rest of it all looks really good, but it's not been finished. It's not been done to that standard that when somebody drives in and they think, I want to take a commercial space, got river views around the back, got lots of greenery, we're right in the town centre and lots of parking, but there's little things like this that are going to put people off. So it's important as an investor and as an owner of a building that you visit as regularly as you can, or have somebody that you trust and will feedback honestly with videos, pictures, etc., to say, yeah, this needs doing, this slack's not being picked up, and make sure you're on then at the managing agent to feed that back. So let's go and have a look around the inside. Follow me.
So this is the raised flooring that was in the other?
Yeah. So this is the raised flooring. So this is roughly, virtually the same size as T1, T2. This for me is a fantastic map because it shows where we are, shows the river behind it, which is beautiful, the big park, railway, and then centre. Pizza Express.
That's a big part.
That's the bit that stood out for you. So
Yeah.
I think it's the Cozy Club, which is the cool one, isn't it?
Yeah, that is.
Everyone likes the Cozy Club.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it gives you a
Such
good
a good
insight, doesn't
location,
it?
yeah.
What's going on. So we've currently got this top floor empty. So if you're based in Taunton, come and rent this top floor. Amazing space, great location, good deals. Come and speak to us. But yeah, you can see here, this was the kind of finish, ultimately, that was next door. Next door, they locked the doors at Christmas. I think one of the pipes burst in the top floor ceiling and the whole place flooded over Christmas, so that when they came to open it, water came out. It all got ripped out back to brick, and the insurance company offered to convert it back to this or leave it as it is and pay out. So the owners decided to leave it as is because they were selling the building, which was a huge benefit for us because it meant that actually we don't have to rip the whole building out. We've got it as back to brick. We can actually see what the problems are rather than being hidden behind ceilings, plaster, all that sort of stuff. So there's some big advantages of us looking at it. So, and we've just got this space. The rest of it is let out. So it's down to Olivia and her team to rent this one out. So no pressure, Olivia. But if you could do us a solid and get this let out. We're happy to split it up into multiple offices. We're happy to look at different options, what we can do. There are lifts, toilets on this top floor, and some fantastic views as well. Loads of parking, so it's a nice commercial unit to have. And there's actually not that much commercial space in the town centre available to let, so it's a little bit different, which is good. So we're just leaving Tangier Central. We've come here for two reasons, let's be honest. We've come here to A, check on the development we're doing, commercial to residential unit, 55 units. As you've seen in the video, a little bit ahead of schedule. We had 6 weeks in for the rip out. We're about 4 weeks in and it's nearly done, which is a good start. The other building is let out and tenanted, and it's good while we're in an area to always do an inspection, and I'm glad we did because we found, you know, the bins have been moved because of the development, yet the bins have overflown, so that's something we've jumped onto straight away. We've got somebody coming out today. I've just been on the phone, so that's going to get sorted. All the weeding in the garden, we paid a landscaper to come out and manage it, and obviously it's not been done, so that's a little bit frustrating. So I've just spoke to the managing team. They're coming out to check it, see what's going on. I think really the underlining point is we pay managing agents, and there's some good managing agents, and the guys we've got on here, to be fair, are good. It's always worth checking things are done yourself, because you know you pay for things. Sometimes you don't get the chance to go out and have a look at it. Has it been done correctly? Has it been done to your standard? But also as well, for me, you know, we've got a top floor there that we're trying to rent out, and this place needs to be sparkling for when people pull up and want to rent an office right in the town centre with lots of parking. It's ideal, so it's important to have that extra check. One thing I've not mentioned on the video is this space right next to me here. So this is the back of the car park, you can see, and we've just done plans for 9 houses down there. So once we've got a little bit further with this build, we're going to put planning permission in for 9 new build houses here. We'll look to get them built, rent them out as part of the whole development as well. So something a little bit more exciting to look at. So now we're leaving Taunton. We're on our way to Bristol, where we've got meetings with our mortgage finance guys, some investors, and then we'll be heading home for our nice 3.5, 4 hour journey back. But you know, it's been a good day so far. Hopefully a potential conversion we can get our greedy little hands on and do some business there. We got to see our conversion, how that's coming on. Early days yet, but things are moving, which is nice. Also in terms of the sales of that, so there's 55 units, they're being sold off plan, and I think we've sold 30 units already, which is absolutely amazing. So yeah, so everything's moving quite well there. I'm sure there'll be loads of stresses and strains and headaches and challenges, because like everything in construction and property, that's the way the world works. So let's see what this one brings up. I think a lot of things with Taunton, to be fair, the challenges we had were actually in the planning process, in the actual getting to this stage. The actual conversion of it should be relatively easy. You've seen from the videos how open the space is. It's got good, you know, the structure of it sounds solid. It's been inspected, so we shouldn't have too much of a problem there. It's just making sure that we keep the peace with the tenants next door, we keep everyone happy, we keep it looking good, and yeah, we get the job done in a reasonable time so that we can get our money at the end of it on the completion. We get paid, investors get repaid for their investment into the project, and we can all move on to the next one and do Moss Towers next, fingers crossed. Right, let's go to these meetings. Right guys, so we're now in Bristol and I've come here for a couple of meetings. First of all, to meet our financial advisors, Paul Davis, also known as the Welsh Wizard. So catching up on where we are with our refinances for developments that we're doing and we're retaining, and a couple of commercial units that we're buying as well. And I'm meeting a couple of investors as well, so you'll get to speak to them, find out what they're up to, and yeah, new projects that are coming. So let's have a chat. So to summarise, we're back on the road now. We're heading to the sunny north where the sun's always shining, get out of this rain. Today we have had an early start. We viewed a potential commercial conversion to residential. That went really well, nice building, great location. Figures look good. We need to do a detailed search. We need to speak to some planners and the architects, but the vendor is open to subject to planning, which is always a big benefit. We've also visited a unit that we're converting into 55 apartments, so it's at an early stage, but everything's moving. We're actually a little bit ahead, which is nice. We've also visited a commercial property that's fully tenanted. So we did a on-the-spot check. We found some issues with the bins hadn't been emptied and a couple of little bits which we've managed to get resolved and got a team down there today. So that's about keeping the tenants happy, keeping on top of the properties that we've got and managing them properly. Then we had a meeting with one of our finance guys about some of the properties that we're refinancing and the developments refinancing, so that went really well. And it's good to find out, touch base with people like this, that what's going on in the market, what's happening, fingers on the pulse, share ideas, and just generally get an update of what they're seeing in the finance sector as well. And at the end of it, we had a meeting with a couple of investors, so people that are looking to invest into Source Capital, into our next project, and give them an update of where we are and when that's expected. So this gives you a bit of an insight into how a property investor's day works, looking at projects, opportunities, running around the place and getting an idea, meeting people. It's a good understanding of what our franchisees do on a daily basis and how we operate at Sourced as well. So I hope you've enjoyed it. Please watch our other videos. Please go onto our website, follow us, like us, find out a bit more information about Sourced. Thank you.